Ready to write your next caption for your social media post? Well, great. You're in the perfect place because that's what we're covering in this video. My name is Monica Michelle with Monica Michelle Marketing. I am the solutionist marketer, and we specialize in assisting tiny teams from being unclear, unsure, frustrated with their marketing and their online stuff to being clear and having a plan and knowing exactly what they're doing and setting up, driving those leads through automation. We want to set up those systems so they can drive those leads automatically for you. So in this video, we're actually diving into writing a caption for your social media post. We talk a lot about, well, we actually have a lot of clients that we do their social media for them. And we've talked a bit about what that process looks like, but we haven't actually dived into writing the actual caption. And so when you're sitting down to write your captions, there's three important parts that you need to make sure you consider. Yes, just three parts. And if you want to write them in these three different chunks or three different sections, that's absolutely fine. And you can do that. You just want to make sure that you have connecting pieces to them, right? So if that's something you're needing help getting your social media posts together, or you're just trying to figure out, I'm gonna run a caption by you and let me know what you think, then make sure you join our community. The link is going to be down below in the description, because in our community, we are supporting our tiny teams thrive with their online marketing. So the three parts to your social media posts, the caption, the text, if you will, is first we want to make sure we have a hook. The hook is a compelling thing that we're saying, hey, I'm talking to you. Come on, hey, look at me. It's that, right? So that hook is something that's eye-catching. It's a call to arms, a call to service. Hey, I'm calling all entrepreneurs. Hey, I'm looking for business owners. Hey, mom bosses, I'm talking to you. So it could be that, but it also could be anything from, do you want to hear a secret? Because what does that make you do? It makes you lean in. It makes you say, tell me more. Yes, tell me the secret, girl. So the hook is generally the first line or the first question of your social media post. It's something that is going to capture them and pull them in. So they watched this amazing video, they saw the caption, and they were intrigued by it. So they want to know more. That hook gets them pulled in. Think of it like the fishing rod when you go fishing. Well, before you go fishing, you put a hook, a compelling hook on the line, right? You have your hook and it has the bait on there. Great. That's what it is. Before we throw it in, we have to make sure we have something really good on there, because if the fish that we want to catch, and my granny knows way more about this than I do. Don't come for my neck if I'm saying it wrong. But some fish like to eat worms. Some fish like to eat snails. Some fish like to eat other fish, right? And so depending on what type of fish you want to catch, that determines what you put on your hook. Same thing when it comes to our social media. Depending on who you're talking to, who you're trying to capture the attention of, that determines your hook. All right, so that's the first part. Number two, second part of your caption for your social media post is you want to make sure you give them the meat and potatoes. You want to give them the coup de grace. You want to give them all the good stuff, the information, the thing that takes the hook to the next place. So if you're having an event coming up, then you might start out with saying, calling all mom bosses, because who's busy this summer? What mom boss? Are you a mom boss that's busy this summer because your kids are running around driving you bonkers? Well, and then you go into your caption or the meat and the potatoes, the main part. That information piece, I like to tie it a little bit to whatever's in the social media post, but then I also like to tie it to what it is that I'm offering or I'm talking about. Your social media post, if you're coming up with your next event or your next thing, does not have to be, and I implore you, please do not do this, posting your same event poster over and over and over and over. I don't relate to it. It doesn't connect to me because I'm not looking for it. Don't post countdowns, not as the one sole post. If you have like a carousel and that's one of the ones in the carousel, great. But the only people who care about the countdown are the people that are coming. And if your objective and goal is to pull in more people, I'm getting way off subject, right? If the goal is to pull in more new people to the event, new people don't care about the countdown. You have to post something that they relate to, that they can connect to. So whatever's in the image, whatever's in the video, whatever's in the post, that meat and potatoes can speak to it. And then you can connect it to whatever your thing is. So what does that mean? Let's give an example of the Bad Boys. So right now, Bad Boys is all out. They're doing the thing. I did not even realize this, but they started advertising this well over a year in advance. When Black Panther came out, they started advertising it well over a year in advance. And the captions were not the same thing. Come watch this movie. It's going to be the bomb.com. It's coming out June 1st. That's not what they did. Like, right. What they actually did is they said, have you ever wanted to experience a life-changing, altering story? Then you need to come and watch the next Black Panther that's coming out on June 1st or whatever the date was, right? They gave you something that you want to connect to, and you're like, oh, I want to feel that. And then they get meat and potatoes. This superhero that's coming out is going to be the best thing since sliced bread. If you want to see how the Bad Boys are taking over the city this time, or what destruction they're going to be coming through, then make sure you're in the seat. Or did you see this interview, based off of this interview that XYZ did, Will Smith did with whomever? Then aren't you excited about ever building from the ground up? And we are excited about what we're building from the ground up too, because we have an event coming up that we want you to come to. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a direct tie. It just needs to have some of the core elements or some of the core beliefs. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of your captions can be very, very direct. Just get to the point, right? And that's fine, but all of them don't need to do that. They need to connect the reader to other things that is connected with that, connected with your event or launch or whatever it is that you're releasing, whatever your thing is you want them to do. Now, number 3, the third part, and again, if you're needing any help with this, or if you're finding value in this, make sure you drop a comment or something below, because what I could do is actually record a video of me creating some captions with you, so you can see the process, and we can actually kind of do it together. I have quite a few clients, and we're always doing captions, and so I can walk you through my process. We're actually together, and you can see how I'm pulling it together, and maybe that'll be helpful. I know some people like to see stuff, so make sure you comment below. Let me know if that's something that you're interested in. Number 3, the third part is making sure you have a compelling call to action. What does that mean? That call to action, the CTA, is what it is that you want them to do. And you have to be very literal, and be aware that your call to action connects to what your post is. If you have a carousel that's giving them some 1, 2, 3 steps, then maybe your call to action is save this post so you can come back to it later when you're making your next pie, because the carousel was about how to make a pie. Or the call to action could be drop a comment below if you agree with this. Tap this post to show some love. Share this with someone else. The caption will go on and on. And if you're interested in getting 30 call to actions that we've developed, and they're highly engaging, then make sure you again click that down below, because we develop 30 call to actions for you that are powerful, and you can switch them up and say them in different ways, so you can garner the connection with people. You don't want to say the same thing the same way every single time, because it will become white noise very quickly. You want to mix it up a little bit. Maybe it's send me a DM. Maybe it's make sure you register. Maybe it's I'm looking forward to seeing you at the event. So I'm excited that we're going to be together. And then every blue moon, it's okay not to have a call to action. Every blue moon, not too often, right? Just every blue moon. It could be share this with someone else. Tag a business bestie. What you're doing is you're giving them a direct call to action of what it is that you want them to do. And whatever that call to action is, it needs to be something they can make, it's an easy yes for them. Easy yes. You don't want that call to action to be something that is like, you want me to do what now? You want me to go over here and click on this, go down the rabbit hole, scroll down and find it on your page? No, I'm not doing all that. It needs to be clear, quick, and concise. Share this post with a friend. Double tap if you like this. Comment the word hello below so you can get the guide. So you're able to make these connections and drive through the process. In doing so, people are going to be more likely to subscribe or do whatever the thing is. So make sure you subscribe and like this video and share it with someone else that you know is writing social media posts. And I look forward to reading your comments below, because if we get an overwhelming response of people that are interested in me writing some captions with you, then we can go ahead and get that scheduled and we can do it together and make that process a lot easier. I'll see you in the next video.